Musings of the Day on Solitude and Self-Love. You must learn to love yourself. I have heard these words so many times over the course of my lifetime that it seems incomprehensible to me that I would have dismissed them, but I did, over and over again. I believed that this was too simplistic a purpose for me, that there must be something grander in store than simply self-love. That was my ego talking, not my soul. Here I am at the threshold of another decade, hearing those words again. And this time, thankfully, they're sinking in. Learning to love myself has taken all of 70 years. I've been told that trauma survivors are hardwired to look outside themselves, always thinking there's someone or something out there better than they are. We're taught that we don't know what we know, that others have the answers, yet they never have. The truth, the answers to just about all of the questions and problems I've ever encountered, has always been within me. I've written a bit about solitude before, about loneliness in particular, but they're not the same thing. Solitude does not mean being lonely. It simply means being with myself, alone. And even that isn't true because I know now that I'm never truly alone. Whenever I open myself, I can feel those that travel on this path with me, spirits from the unseen, here to guide and watch over me, my spirit family. All I have to do is ask, and they're here. So solitude to me means being with myself and them. I recall a time almost 20 years ago when I was alone in a hotel room in San Francisco. My husband was off at a business meeting and I was resting in the room, not feeling well enough to go out and explore. Deep in contemplation and reflection, I went to the mirror and looked into my own eyes. It was something I'd done many times before with myself and with clients when I was a coach. This time, however, I was in somewhat of an altered state from the illness, and what I saw took me aback. It was as if I had traveled back in time thousands of years. My eyes told me stories of who I was and what I had lived through. I saw pain and wisdom beyond measure. There was both the darkest of darkness and the most brilliant light imaginable in my eyes, and I knew who I was. At that moment, I was able to bridge the gap between worlds, out of time and space, into eternity. I saw my soul looking back at me in that mirror, and I'll never forget it. This is what I mean by solitude and self-love. Being with myself alone, seeing the truth of who I am, and loving all that I see, my strength and frailties, my wisdom and ignorance, my beauty and ugliness. Self-love comes before anything else is possible. Honoring all that I am and am not means that I don't have to run from myself anymore. I'm at home in my own skin, no longer judging or condemning myself. I can turn to myself for the wisdom I seek and the answers I need. I trust myself above all others, and I honor what I need and desire as if I was loving the most precious being on earth. Solitude allows me the space to commune with my soul and all of those spirits who walk with me. It opens the door to my heart from which all else that has any meaning flows. And it gives me the opportunity to be with the love of my life, strengthen that relationship, and hold my own hand on this journey of life.